Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now, Ravens fans. Get ready because the NFL offseason just threw a huge curveball, and it's all about the defense, more specifically, the interior defensive line. Rumors are swirling that the Indianapolis Colts are about to send one of their most disruptive defensive tackles, DeForest Buckner, to Baltimore in a blockbuster trade. And trust me, this isn't just a minor move. This could be a game-changer for Baltimore's front seven, a move that could reshape how they approach both stopping the run and rushing the passer in the upcoming season. So what's driving this potential blockbuster? Well, the Colts, sitting at a disappointing 4-7 record, have been struggling mightily on defense. They're giving up a staggering 6 points per game, and their run defense has been especially porous, allowing an average of 130 rushing yards per game. They're clearly in rebuild mode, especially on defense, with a focus shifting towards their young quarterback, Anthony Richardson, and trying to build around him. But their interior defensive line, it's not quite cutting it. The Colts are capping their cap space and looking to shed some salary, and Buckner, a player with a proven track record of disruption, is on the trading block. Now, Baltimore's interest in Buckner is no secret. The Ravens have been looking to bolster their interior pass rush for quite some time. They've had some good players, but they're missing that elite disruptor who can push the pocket and collapse the middle of the line consistently. Enter Buckner, a dominant force who's accumulated 5 sacks in his career along with 10 forced fumbles. He's a player who can change the game on every snap. His PFF grade over his career has been a solid 93, and even this past season, despite some injury issues, he's been a force with 5 sacks in just 11 games. He's a player who's used to commanding double teams and creating impact plays, which is exactly what Baltimore's front needs to take their pass rush to the next level. The move makes a lot of sense for both sides. For the Colts, trading Buckner for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft gives them some much-needed cap flexibility and a future asset as they rebuild. For Baltimore, bringing in Buckner means adding a versatile, high-impact player who can anchor the middle of the defensive line alongside guys like Broderick Washington or even Calais Campbell, if he's still around. Buckner's ability to push the pocket from the inside could complement the Ravens' existing pass rush, which has been decent but not elite. With Buckner, Baltimore could see a big boost in their pressure rate, projected to increase by around 21%, and significantly improve their run defense, which currently allows about 38 yards per carry. This isn't just about individual stats, it's about the entire front seven's ecosystem. Bringing Buckner into Baltimore could boost their sack total from the interior to over 15 sacks combined, creating more pressure on opposing quarterbacks and forcing more turnovers. The Ravens are already known for their aggressive style of defense, but adding a player of Buckner's caliber could make them even more formidable, especially in big-game situations like the playoffs. His presence would also elevate the performance of other players, including linebackers like Roquan Smith, who thrive when the front line demands attention from the offense. Now, let's talk about the impact this could have on the Ravens' overall outlook. Right now, Baltimore is sitting in a pretty good spot. They're 7-3 with one of the league's top defenses, but they've lacked that consistent interior pressure needed to close out games against high-powered offenses. Adding Buckner would make their defense more versatile, allowing them to adapt to different schemes and offensive strategies. It's not just about stopping the run or sacking the quarterback. It's about creating a defense that's unpredictable, relentless, and capable of forcing mistakes. Looking ahead, the Ravens' Super Bowl odds could see a significant bump with this move, moving from around +800 to as low as +300, depending on how the rest of the offseason shakes out. In the AFC, where the competition is fierce, having a dominant interior presence like Buckner could tilt the balance in Baltimore's favor, especially against teams with potent passing attacks like the Bengals or Chiefs. It's not just about the present, it's about setting a foundation for sustained success and making a bold statement to the league that the Ravens aren't just contenders, they're serious championship contenders. But it's not just about the immediate impact. Bringing Buckner into the Ravens locker room also sends a message about their ambitions. It echoes the legacy of past greats like Fletcher Cox, who made a difference in the trenches and helped Baltimore compete at the highest level. It's about building a defense that can dominate in the playoffs, where every snap counts and interior pressure can be the difference between a deep run or an early exit. Of course, this trade isn't just about adding a star. It's about how Baltimore's coaching staff will utilize him. Defensive coordinator Mike McDonald, known for his innovative schemes and aggressive blitz packages, would find a perfect fit with Buckner. They could unleash more creative pressures, allowing Buckner to exploit gaps and penetrate the backfield more frequently. His ability to hold his ground against double teams will also free up other players to operate more freely, creating a ripple effect that amplifies the entire defense's effectiveness. Now, let's consider the broader implications. The AFC is stacked, with teams like the Chiefs, Bengals, and Jaguars all vying for supremacy. But Baltimore's addition of Buckner could give them that extra push needed to secure a top seed, giving them home field advantage in the playoffs. And if they can maintain their defensive intensity and capitalize on their improved interior rush, their chances of making a deep postseason run increase exponentially. Moreover, the Ravens' front seven is already good, but this move would push them into elite territory. They could be one of the top 3 defensive lines in the league, especially in terms of EPA, expected points added, per run and pass. Their ability to stuff runs and limit yards after contact would improve dramatically, making it even tougher for opponents to establish their game plan. Plus, with the added pressure and disruption, turnovers could become more frequent, which is crucial in playoff football. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could also be a strategic move to send a message across the league. The Ravens are serious about contending this year and beyond. They're willing to make bold moves to shore up their weaknesses and maximize their window of opportunity. The addition of Buckner, a player with a proven track record and a high football IQ, aligns perfectly with their championship aspirations. It's reminiscent of the kind of aggressive, impactful trades that have helped teams like the Rams and Chiefs reach and win Super Bowls. Finally, we should consider how this move fits into Baltimore's overall roster construction. The Ravens have been patient with some of their young players, focusing on building a balanced team that can compete on both sides of the ball. Bringing in a veteran presence like Buckner adds leadership and stability, especially in the trenches where battles are won and lost. His experience in high-pressure situations will be invaluable for the younger players and the overall team chemistry, which is so vital in the postseason. In conclusion, if this trade goes through, it's going to be one of the most impactful moves of the offseason for Baltimore. It signals a clear intent to contend now, to go all in on a Super Bowl run, and to leave a lasting legacy in Baltimore's storied history. Buckner's addition would not only boost their defensive stats, but also send a loud message to the AFC and NFL that the Ravens are back in the championship hunt, ready to dominate the trenches and take that elusive Lombardi trophy home. This is a story to watch closely, Ravens fans. The offseason just got a lot more interesting, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Buckner can be the missing piece that pushes Baltimore over the edge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and you're right here with us, part of the best fan base in the league. Let's keep that energy high, Ravens Nation.